Welcome to Euron everyone, and in this lecture guys I am going to talk about a roadmap for deep learning. Obviously there is a lot of things which comes under deep learning like computer vision, reinforcement, NLP, generative AI, but I'll be focusing more and more on a core deep learning roadmap, and then I'm going to guide you, then I'm going to tell you that if you are going through it, then how you should do a preparation. Plus I'm going to give you a recommendation that from where you are supposed to do all of these preparation. So here let me share my screen, and I believe my screen is visible now. So as I have already mentioned that this roadmap guides you from a mathematical foundation to advanced neural architecture. Now the mathematics part, right? It's very much important for a deep learning expert. But again, so that depends. So how deep you should understand a mathematics depends upon the role that you are going to take up inside an industry. For example, if you are going to join as a researcher, obviously your mathematics level should be very, very high. Unless and until you are not aware about the very, very deep of a mathematics like a probability, statistics, derivations, or maybe algebraic calculation, it will be difficult for you to crack those kind of a profile. Now, if I'm just going to join as a developer, right, as a lead, as a manager, in that case, not a in-depth understanding is required, maybe a basic understanding is required, but in terms of a practical implementation, right, a practical implementation. So now, so if when we are talking about this practical with respect to a practical implementation, so where you will be able to, right, so where you will be able to see those mathematics. So here on Euron, you will be able to find out stats for a data science masters. This is the new batch, right? This is the new series that we have started. Apart from that, there are other batches as well. So where you can go and you can learn, right? It's not just this one. So here it is, this one is going to help you out in terms of building your strong mathematical fundamentals, a strong mathematical foundation for a deep learning. Now, coming to the next, right? Coming to the next, by the way. So the next part is an essential prerequisite. Like I said, mathematics is one of those prerequisites. Without mathematics, it will be very, very difficult to learn, to understand it. And I have even shown you the place. Now, for everything you can go and check on Euron, you will be able to find it. Whether it's a mathematics, it's a programming, it's a DL, ML, NLP, whatever, right? Just name it and you will be able to find out some of the courses, some of the books, some of the projects over there. Now, so mathematical foundation, a linear algebra, calculus, probability, statistics, all should be sorted and depends upon the label. If you're a fresher, then I don't think that a lot of mathematics is required. So maybe you just need a revision. So you just have to revise the concept that you have already gone through maybe in 10th or 12th. That's it in terms of fresher. Now, the second part is basically, so mathematical foundation. And then the second part is basically a programming skills. Now, there are a lot of programming language out there, C, C++, Java, JavaScript, Perl, Ruby, Python, PHP, a lot of things, right? I will not recommend any other programming language other than Python for the whole AI ecosystem. Yeah, if you are into a web development, then you can, in that case, go through other programming languages. But if you are, right, if you are trying to get into a AI ecosystem, in that case, Python is the only language I will recommend. And I believe everyone in this world is going to recommend. So Python, and only Python is required. So Python mastery with data science libraries. Now, what kind of a libraries? So obviously from a deep learning perspective, a TensorFlow Keras, basically it's a Keras, right? Keras you should learn. Generally, we try to use a Keras API, Keras wrapper for TensorFlow, that I'm going to use it inside your batch as well. PyTorch, basically for a deep learning, specific to a deep learning. Then in terms of like data processing, for a deep learning, right? For example, if I have to talk about a image data kind of processing, then OpenCV kind of a library we can try to learn. For maybe a structured data processing, so Pandas kind of a library we can try to learn. So these are the library that you are supposed to be aware about, and then a Python, a core Python, right? Core Python till a modular coding, so that you can go and you can try to develop a couple of things on your own. conceptual understanding wise, a basic of machine learning is required, because when we start talking about a deep learning neural network concept, right? When we started like deriving the forward propagation and a backward propagation over there. So if you are aware about a little bit of machine learning algorithm, not all I would say, but yeah, if you are aware about a little bit of machine learning algorithm, believe me, it helps you out, right? It helps you out in terms of understanding a concept in a much better way, right? So this is where this conceptual understanding comes into a picture. 35% of deep learning success depends upon the strong mathematical foundation. So this is just a number, 35%, but yeah, so majority wise 65%. So again, I'm talking about just a developer, not that much is required. Now, so once these three things is clear, programming skills, mathematical, conceptual understanding, right? So then a neural network fundamental, obviously, right? Neural fundamental. So there are a lot of like a neural network that we are going to explore from a different segment, from a computer vision segment, from a NLP segment, Gen AI perspective. So depends, right? Depends which area we are going to touch upon, and based on that we are going to discuss the neural network. So a lot of neural network we are going to discuss here. Back propagation, which is nothing but how we train a neural network. So that is something called as backward propagation. That is something which happens in backward propagation actually. Then activation functions and neural network and practical implementation. So these are the fundamentals of a neural network that we are going to explore and that you should know, right? As this is the roadmap, so you should know these things basically, right? These things are very much important for any like deep learning expert. Now, these architectures, convolution neural network. So we have LXNet, we have LeNet, we have like VGGNet, RustNet, we have SSD, we have YOLO, we have DarkNet, we have EfficientNet. So all of this convolution neural network architecture you have to understand for an image classification, for an image detection, for image classification, object detection, object tracking, object segmentation. So they are the tasks that we try to solve inside with the help of CNN kind of a network, convolution neural network. Now again, regular neural network. So a lot of things again comes into a picture like a LSTM, GRU and its variants. Transformer. So yeah, BERT, Elmo, GPT, or maybe a T5. So these are the transformer based architecture which you will be able to find out. And generative model like a GAN, VAEs, all those algorithm, all those architecture and a mathematical intuition behind this, you should understand. If you are targeting a deep learning master. So one by one, you can clear out your checklist if you are planning to do it. Now, so framework, what and all framework you have to learn. So yeah, framework wise like a PyTorch TensorFlow, because it's a Pythonic framework basically, and on top of TensorFlow. So we have a Keras. Development workflow wise. So here we can try to like opt for some of the platform which provides a complete end-to-end infrastructure in terms of like a shipping out our entire model, in terms of training the model. So I believe cloud platform, AWS, Azure, GCP is one of the best in terms of providing that. And optimization technique, basically you should be aware about. So where we try to do a lot of parameter tuning, we try to like reduce the size of the model, we try to decrease the inferencing time of the model. So all this technique you are supposed to be aware about. And even from an interview perspective, these things are very much important. Yeah. So from an interview perspective also, these things are pretty much important. Now, so the last part, right? The last part is basically this. Now, what is this? A project. Because see guys, doesn't matter how much things you know, doesn't matter that how many things you have learned, doesn't matter how many notes you have created or you are going to create now or maybe in the future, nothing is going to help you out, right? Nothing is going to help you out. At the end of the day, you have to prepare, right? At the end of the day, you have to prepare your resume. Now, when you are preparing your resume, you have to mention the project that you have done, right? Your expertise, your experience during those projects, you have to mention inside it. Then only you can go and you can apply for a job or maybe for an internship or maybe for any kind of a research work, right? So at the end of the day, what matters? Only and only project. How you can try to demonstrate your knowledge? Only and only through a project. How people are going to recognize you as a talent? Only and only through a project. And that's a reality, right? That's a reality. So only project. At the end of the day, you have to do. It's you are not learning these things to pass some sort of exam. Yeah, if you're in college, obviously, like some of us are going to do it. But at the end of the day, if you're going for an interview, which is a real world exam, right? So not an academic world exam, by the way. So here you have to deal with a project. You have to explain projects. So at the end of the day, you have to do a project, a lot of project, 3 or 4, maybe a very, very big one, good one, and a bit complex one. But yeah, as many experimentation as possible, because that is going to give you a real learning. So hope it's making sense to all of you, right? Now, so how much time you should dedicate? So as I have already mentioned, fundamentals, maybe 2 months in terms of building a mathematical fundamental, programming fundamentals, and all those things. Yeah. In terms of learning a core neural network architecture, so maybe like a 3 to 4 month, you can try to dedicate, and then a specialization. So again, maybe you can go with the specialization of a computer vision, NLP, reinforcement, generative AI. You can choose your own field, right? Maybe you can choose some domain as well. Maybe go for healthcare, go for some sort of autonomous car industry, right? Depends what you are going to choose. So maybe you can try to dedicate some time over there, and then portfolio building. So as you will work, as you are going to experiment, as you are going to build project alone or maybe with team, right? It's going to like build your portfolio, and that is ultimate point, right? So hope guys this roadmap is pretty much clear for a deep learning to all of you, right? A deep learning roadmap is clear to all of you. Hope all of you are going to follow this entire deep learning, and then whatever module which I have mentioned over here, whatever segment which I have mentioned over here, you will be able to find out everything even on Euron platform. With everything, literally, you will be able to find out on Euron platform. So maybe you can go, you can try this out, and then if you have any kind of a feedback, if you have any kind of a suggestion, do let me know. We are here to take your feedback. We are here to make our system better and better for learner like you, so that you can thrive, and again, so we can try to build a better world for tomorrow together. With that, thank you so much, everyone. See you again in my upcoming lecture.